this transmission to bring you the following live broadcast.
How's everyone doing tonight? Woo! It's Wednesday. It's 6 o'clock somewhere. With Karina ready in her chair. And almost 10 whole people watching from home. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? It's time for the ThinkSoJoE Show!
It is time for the ThinkSoJoE Show. I am ThinkSoJoE. It'll tell you that in a second. See, that's me. And she's Karina, and he's Ryan. He is 1/3 of Shambles.
Yep.
Another third of Shambles is supposed to be showing up sometime soon. So
we'll have 2/3.
Yeah, we've got people following and liking the stream already. So
that's great.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
If you're if you're watching on Facebook or Twitch or YouTube, go ahead and interact with us in the chats.
Yeah, we don't bite.
We unless you want us to. Right. Anyway. Ryan's in focus and I'm not, but it's okay.
That's okay. He's more important today.
He's more important. He's the guest. Yes. Shambles is one of my favorite bands. Anytime anybody says, who's your favorite local band? It's the first thing I say is Shambles.
Yeah.
And that's not even like hyperbole. That's not just because you're sitting here. That is legit true. Like,
yeah.
I always answer Shambles. I tag you guys every time too.
I appreciate that, man. I don't know, man. You're giving us far too much credit, but yeah, I appreciate that. And we're super happy to be here. Joey is on what we refer to as Jacob's time in the band, meaning his last name is Jacobs. He and Ethan are always about 20 minutes late. And speak of the devil, I just got a text that he's here, so I'm gonna go grab him real quick.
Sounds like a plan. All right. So yeah, we're not in our usual chairs this week.
No, we have smaller chairs today.
We needed to fit more people in the room, so it was squeeze them against the table over there, or get smaller chairs for us. So here we are in smaller chairs.
Smaller chairs.
As Shambles are finally getting here, arriving, and So yeah, we're gonna have to give Joey the whole speech when he gets in too that we gave Ryan before the show, because Ryan, who's here on time. Anyway. So yeah, we're gonna talk to them about an upcoming show, and
that we're very excited about.
We'll probably definitely talk about the Bills and the Sabres, because
that's what you wanted to talk about.
Well, Ryan and I are regular fixtures at Buffalo Sabres games, or we were pre-pandemic anyway.
Yes.
And I know we're not exactly thrilled with the off season thus far, neither one of us. So we'll see what comes up when we get them back in the room here and start talking. So,
well, in the meantime, how was your week?
My week was not too bad. I can't complain, I guess. I mean, I've got a couple of show announcements
That's great.
That we now have event pages up for. You can go check those out. There's Mulligan Mania. That one is September, what is the date? 4th. September 4th at Tudor Lounge.
Thank goodness. Yes, that's going to be great.
Hosted by me, and we're going to have Poison and Prose, XM Priory, Inherent Vice, Tokyo Monsters, plus some special guests.
There's going to be some vendors, a basket raffle. What else? A 50-50.
There are going to be pins and patches. Yes. Brian Memorial pins and patches. Laura's back.
Hi, Laura.
Laura says you're so pretty. Anyway.
Thank you, Laura.
Pins and patches designed by Mr. Nick Landers. The patches made by Miss Pecsci Marlinski,
which is an adorable name, isn't it?
It is, and also I also got a feature in the Wretched Sound magazine by her, presented by her husband Mike Marlinski.
Yeah.
Cover feature.
That's awesome.
Living Brain Dead logo right on the cover. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess it's not the cover feature, but yeah, it's
featured on the cover.
It's featured. The logo's on the cover. My article about Brian.
Yes.
That I was asked to write, and glad to do so.
Of course.
And so you can pick up that issue now on Amazon. or at like certain local places. I don't know where offhand. I guess maybe Timeless Babes might have some.
Maybe I really have no clue.
I really don't know, but yeah, I'm. Are they okay?
I don't know.
I heard a crash. There it is. You guys closed that door behind you, right?
We did, yeah.
Cool,
cool.
That was the crash.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, man.
All right. Welcome.
What's up?
You got your own headphones here. You're number one on the headphone amp down below you there.
Quickie scratch.
Anyway,
Right.
he's got the Bright Eyes T-shirt. Did you go to the show? I take it.
No, I did
No.
not. I
Okay.
wish I did.
Okay.
I wish I did. Heard it was great.
Yeah.
What's going on? I haven't seen you guys in 2 years.
It has
Right?
been quite a while. Yes.
Yeah.
See, they're in focus. We're not.
Yeah,
It's okay.
that was the
It's
hope,
okay.
really.
It's okay.
Like I said, you guys are giving us far too much credit. Why would you put us in focus?
I mean, I can fix it so we're in focus. I just got to
No.
stand up and.
No, it's fine.
We've got like faces for radio and voices for accounts receiving.
No voices for nobody.
Right
It's
on.
good to see you guys, though. I was telling Ryan before he went to go let you in that you guys are my favorite local band. I tell everybody this.
Wow.
My Shambles shirt is like worn the fuck out.
Yeah, it is. As the person who folds his laundry.
Well, we're gonna get you another one. We would have
got
actually
plenty.
brought it, but they're in Ethan's attic, and he absconded up to Canada right now. So we'll need to track him down and get him. But we got one coming for you. Don't worry.
Sounds good. Sounds like a plan. Yeah, it's. Jeez, I can't remember when I first met you guys. Oh, you know what? It was at the Irish thing around the corner here, wasn't it?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%.
Because I remember before we played that show, you had promoted us. It was the first time we got played on anything. I remember being real excited and just getting to meet you at the show and everything, and fast friends from there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. And we saw each other at a Halloween show. It was the somebody's. I'm drawing a blank. Cam's band of Night and Light. Their tour kickoff show.
Yes.
You and I are both at this show, and we both kind of looked at each other. And it was the night Rasmus Dahlin scored his first NHL goal.
That's
We
right.
both were watching the game on our phones.
Yep. That awesome show at Sugar City. That show was
Yeah,
That's-
awesome.
that was
yes,
really
yes, yes.
fun.
A lot of coffee at that show.
Oh God, I had more
lot
coffee.
of coffee.
Normally I'm drinking beer at those shows,
Right.
but it was all ages. So yeah, I drank about 3 pots of coffee. I was going nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. And there were cookies. Speaking
always
of
was.
cookies,
It is National
it's
Chocolate
National
Chip Cookie
Chocolate
Day.
Chip Cookie Day.
Happy
If you
chocolate
guys
chip cookie day.
will notice this bag behind you, have some cookies.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She's not gonna let you guys come to the show without getting cookies.
Oh, they're little warps, but here.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Here, I took one of
Do you
yours.
want some?
No, I'm good.
Okay. We'll get back to the cookies.
We will.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
you're welcome.
All right, so you guys have a show coming up. You brought me the flyer.
Oh, that's
So I
awesome.
got the flyer, and so this
We
is.
all duck out of.
I gotta get it closer. I guess there it is. Friday, August 13th, upstairs at Good Bar.
That is correct. Yeah, we are. It's our first show back from the long quarantine where we just hung out and learned a bunch of cover songs and stuff. So yeah, man, we're upstairs at Good Bar. We got a Toy Box Brigade opening up. They're awesome. I know you guys have played them on here before. They're great.
She's rocking the shirt.
Absolutely, they're freaking great. And then we got Turkey Blaster Omega playing second.
Awesome.
Driving up from Rochester, and they, from what I understand, have recently recorded a new album that they're mixing and mastering right now. So I don't think that's going to be out in time for this, but you might be able to catch some of their new tunes. And then yeah, man, we're just going to go up and do the same thing we normally do, which is just tell bad jokes and generally make asses of ourselves.
Well, that's what's so fun about going to see you guys is you guys don't take anything seriously,
Never have, never will.
and there's no reason to. Yeah, exactly. Like.
That is definitely a key cornerstone of Shambles. Is like nothing should be taken all that seriously. Make fun of yourselves, make fun of everything, and that's what we try to do.
And on top of all that, the music's good.
That's
All right, I wouldn't say that.
They don't think so.
See, that's
I
where
do.
our opinions differ. That's what we put on the pages, but we appreciate it.
But no, I appreciate that, man. We're really excited to play, man, and we it's gonna be a fun night, man. We anybody who comes out, you're gonna have a good time.
We've put at least a year and a half into this, so we're ready to rock.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sitting here the other day, I'm scrolling through Facebook, and I see a little advertisement for this show. and it's got the characters from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and I'm like, should I let me unmute this? I'm like, man, whoever's doing this impression is doing a really good job. It's actually the dude who voiced Master Shake.
That is correct. It's Dana Snyder. Yeah. So my sister's real into cosplay, and she's at a Comic-Con, and she met Dana Snyder and just told him to make fun of Turkey Blaster Omega and Shambles. And, man, yeah, he whooped us a new one. It was pretty great. So we decided to use that to promote because, again, make fun of everything. Start with yourself.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're pretty stoked on it. And, man, I mean, what a cool guy to, do that for us. And what a cool move of my sister to do that unprompted. We didn't even ask her to. She just did it. So
yeah, that is awesome.
Shout out to Erin. I understand her and her cosplay troupe are going to be on the cover of, I believe it's Cosplay Magazine coming up. So congratulations to her.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that is cool.
It's really cool.
If you guys want, there's ThinkSoJoE merch. Merch.thinksojoe.com. Anyway, got to shill the stuff when
Buy
we see
it
it.
now.
There you go. Ringing endorsement from Shambles.
Thanks.
Anyway, yes.
Laura's telling you to take a cookie.
How dare I reject one of Karina's cookies?
Yeah, I kind of do feel rejected.
She wants to know if you guys are wearing the same shorts.
Similar shorts, not the same.
I think they're slightly different colors.
Yeah, they're not the same shorts, but that's definitely the same style.
No, Ryan likes cargo shorts. I'm not a cargo guy.
No, you don't find use for the pockets?
I find tons of use for them. That's the problem.
You're like me. You get to walking around with like a.
Yep.
It's like a huge bulge on the side of your leg. Like this is not where the bulge needs to go.
Exactly. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Screws up your gait as it's just flopping back and forth.
You end up with bruises right here.
But you need the cargo when you're asthmatic. You need to bring
You
the
do.
inhaler.
Hey, take
Yes.
a rip. Take a rip for our audience.
All right.
Let's see it. Wait. I'll do it too.
I feel left out.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's the good shit right there.
I'm the only one in this room who doesn't have one of those.
Consider yourself lucky, man. It's an exclusive club.
One of my best friends was like extremely asthmatic, so we used to we were big wrestling fans. So when like WWF No Mercy came out, we gave his character the green mist, and it's like that's the asthmatic mist. This is you in wrestling. You're just like.
I used my inhaler at the wedding, and I totally didn't feel weird because I knew how asthmatic Turtle was.
Yeah.
I was like, "Yep, this one's for him."
Yeah. Was that the weekend before? That was the weekend before this week. I have no sense of time anymore. I don't know what's going on.
Between summertime and pandemic, it's just like...
I just know a billionaire is asking me for $1.1 billion to build a football field.
Here we go.
I think it's actually 1.5. But
Was that what it was? I don't know.
Well, what happened was apparently the initial negotiation got leaked as 1.1, and they refuted that by saying, actually, it's not 1.1, and then wouldn't say what the number is. So the implication being that it's much higher. So I don't know what's going to happen there. It sounds like it was just the initial stages of negotiations. You start high and then you meet in the middle, but it was a pretty bad look to be leaked for sure.
Oh, for sure. I saw somebody say like, oh, it's gone from us and we to the Bills real quick.
Yeah. It was that meme that going around where it was basically our team, one Buffalo, but then when it comes, or no, my team, then our team when it's time to pay the money. Yeah. I don't know. I screwed that up. Sorry. That was terrible.
I mean, if you would have let Bon Jovi buy the team, this wouldn't be happening right now.
Yeah, but I mean, fuck that. I can swear on here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck that,
freely.
Dude. Living on a prayer, man. I don't know. Thank God we got the team here still. He would have moved it up to Toronto, I believe.
Well, so he did an interview where he said that rumor was actually started by Donald Trump, because if you recall, Trump was also trying to buy the team at the time.
Dumpster Donnie.
He said Trump.
He doesn't lie.
Yeah.
He's legit.
He's never lied once in his life. Never.
Yeah, apparently that rumor was started by Donald Trump in order to turn the community against Bon Jovi, which he did successfully.
Oh, I mean,
if that was his strategy, and that's true, if Bon Jovi's telling the truth, that is a brilliant strategy because it seemed to have worked.
I mean, yeah, he's basically the most hated man in Buffalo right now. I remember seeing some articles saying he wasn't going to come back here, which we're losing a lot there.
Does anyone like Bon Jovi?
John the Bon Jovi.
You're a Bon Jovi fan?
I own a Bon Jovi record.
Does it rock?
It does.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Which one do you own?
Slippery When Wet. The big one with like, Wanted Dead or Alive and Living on a Prayer and all that stuff on it. Yeah.
Just to clarify, it's just him vocalizing, right? He just does the vocals, right? It's just Bon Jovi?
I guess.
Because the album, he is the artist, right? Bon Jovi is.
Oh, so it's like
it's not like the band.
So he doesn't. He doesn't. You're saying it's just him without a band? No, it's a band that happens to share the name of him. It makes no sense, but.
All right, man. I would prefer the Bon Jovi a cappella album or like the Bon Jovi slam poetry album, but I'll give it to you.
Cool.
I'll give it to you. Slippery When Wet. I mean, that's one of those iconic American albums, but I don't know, man. I'm not a Bon Jovi guy. I'm just gonna say it here.
Well,
I'm with ya.
See, I can take this two ways. I could say, see, if you let Bon Jovi buy the team, you wouldn't be in this mess, and you might not get more Bon Jovi records because he'd be too busy being a football team owner. Or if you would have let Donald Trump buy the team, everything else would have been fine.
Yeah, I love the Bills, but I would have picked that 100 times out of 100.
It's the same way as how like the Buffalo Bills are the reason we have the Kardashians.
Oh, because of OJ.
Because of OJ.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
Yep.
Laura wants to know what's in Joe's pockets today.
Today, same shit as last week, except probably a little more cash and another phone. Actually, my actual phone.
Oh. Well, what about you, Ryan? What's in your cargo pockets besides the inhaler?
Let me take a look here. In the cargo, actually, it's just the inhaler and my chicken wing and pierogi mask that is still necessary at some establishments, and I use to make people less uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Fully vaccinated.
Not comfortable, just less uncomfortable.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Yes.
Fully vaccinated, but wary of upsetting other people. So I bring it.
Right.
All WNY founder Scott Leffler tweeted yesterday, you could tell those who are unvaccinated because they're the ones not wearing masks.
Some sort of self-defeating prophecy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you know you can wash the cloth masks?
Yeah, I don't do that, though.
I recently washed my cloth mask, and my goodness, it's like wearing clean laundry on your face.
Okay, we don't do laundry.
Wait, punk bands aren't supposed to do laundry? Oh, shit, I'm in trouble.
I knew you were a sellout, Joe.
My bad. I make him do laundry.
She does.
I don't like going in the basement. That's really like 99% of what it is.
There is something pretty haggard about these old stone foundations. Yeah.
And it gets really like, it floods down there. Like, I don't need to deal with that. I'm not putting shoes on. He can do it.
I'm sitting here yesterday like, I have this to do, this to do, this to do, this to do. I have so much shit to do. She's like, laundry? Fine, I'll go do laundry.
And then it turns into that scene from Home Alone, and you're standing at the apex, like about to walk down. That
Hello, Joe.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I imagine it.
I go run outside in the snow.
Yeah.
Go hide under the bed.
Sorry, might have got picked up on the mic. Sorry.
He's dragging beer cans across the floor. That's what that was.
I brought you a cloth.
No, you didn't.
He did.
He did.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Aww.
You know,
Really,
every
he's-
so often, you know.
Aww.
He's so thought. He came with beer for you, beer for him, Pepsi for
Pepsi's
us.
for us.
Ah.
Not sponsored. Of
All
course.
I wanted was a Pepsi.
Just one Pepsi.
just
one
one Pepsi.
And I gave it to you.
Yeah.
He did. He did. He is better than Mike's mom. He makes sure those beer cans are clean. Look at him. He's
Well, it's-
I know. I respect that.
You know, it's I got it at the mobile up the way, and
so you don't trust it.
well, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
what's wrong with mobile?
it's a fine
You a
bodega.
Sunoco guy?
It's a fine bodega / gas station, but I did notice that this was on the top shelf, and it's covered in like the black downfall that comes from the roof or
Yeah.
Gotcha.
ceiling of the walk-in.
Gotcha.
And I don't trust that. So everything
Yeah.
else about it was great. Large jerky selection. I know.
The asbestos
nice.
helps the flavor.
Yeah, absolutely. Cheers.
Awesome.
What time is it? I got to make sure we're not at music time, so Laura's not yelling at me.
Not yet.
She said she liked you until you talked about the worst Home Alone film.
She
What?
likes Home Alone,
Home Alone what?
5.
She likes Home Alone 5.
I didn't know there was a fifth
Yeah,
one.
I'm not.
Right?
I knew there was a third one, and it wasn't Macaulay Culkin anymore.
Yeah, there was a
And
there,
after
there,
that, who gave it?
right. That's what I keep telling her.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to get into this war because you can like the art that you like, but to me, I am going to get into this war. It ends at 2. 2's the last
And 2,
one.
I've
Exactly.
only seen maybe one time. Is 2 good? He goes to New York, right?
It's okay.
2's pretty good.
It's not 1, though.
It's
No,
not 1.
It's not 1.
I mean, 1 was totally shape-shifting. I mean, it was the...
1 was
Unbelievable.
like 2 was like, hey, you remember that movie you like? Here it is again.
yeah, only in New York.
So, like Star Wars.
Basically. Yeah, I mean, like when I went to New York, I was like, "Oh, hey, this is where they caught the sticky bandits at the end of the at the end of the movie."
You're doing the Home Alone tour of New
I thought they were
York.
the wet bandits.
They become the sticky bandits.
No,
in the second
they
one. Yes,
don't.
they do.
Yeah, they do.
They wrap their gloves in double-sided tape and they stick it into the Salvation Army bins and they walk away with like $1.75 and change.
You're kidding me.
No, that's seriously.
That's their thing then?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're down on their luck then when the movie starts.
Well, it's an attempt by Marv to make it their thing. I hate how much knowledge I have of this movie.
Well, no,
Like,
but you're right though. Like they were the wet bandits because Marv was like, "I'm going to turn on all the faucets."
Yeah,
So this was like his attempt to rebrand.
yeah.
Okay.
And it was a short-sighted attempt that resulted in a Three Stooges ask, "What's wrong with your Marv?"
And then they, eventually try to rob a toy store, and that's how they end up getting caught. So
What terrible people.
essentially, yeah.
Yeah, they were pretty bad.
Joe Pesci, you can do better, man.
Actually, Joe.
At the pizzeria where I work, all of the specialty pizzas are named after gangsters or gangster movies, and there's a Joe Pesci, and it's I want to say it's a white sauce with assorted meats on it,
That sounds awesome.
but it might be the red sauce one.
Sounds
I can't remember. It is real good though.
I mean, I could go.
And there's
either way on
the
that,
Tony Soprano. That's the one with the white sauce. Yeah.
So
it's
I'm currently rewatching The Sopranos for
Are you?
the 4th time.
Wow, I've
in
never
the last
seen
2
it.
years. It's a must.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. It's really good. If you like that type of
Yeah.
stuff, it's the best.
John Johnson in the chat, he says, Home Alone 3 is funny. It's crap, but it's funny.
Funny.
Have you ever seen Docketer's review Home Alone and Home Alone? Oh, like doctors watch the movie and they're like, well, they'd be dead at this point. Yeah, I've seen like stuff like that. I don't know if I've seen exactly those videos, but I've seen similar.
I have not, but I'm quite curious about that. Although I do agree with you that I think it would be quite short-lived before they were passed out.
Oh, for sure.
The blowtorch on the head would probably cause some severe damage. The paint can to the face.
The explosion in the toilet in Home Alone 2, like he'd be dead.
Yeah, you're not making it past.
No.
Even the initial fall down the stairs from Marv into the basement.
I mean, yeah, the human body is fragile.
Yet so strong.
So strong.
Yeah.
Because they did survive, right?
Why did all the strength go to the wet bandits? People so much more deserving.
We're the wet bandits.
She says, Laura says, 5 and 4, or 5 is greater than 4, and 1, 2, and 3 should be put in the trash.
I mean, this is just for sake of the show. It must be like, what are you even saying?
And also, wouldn't that just be a prank on everybody that was then trying to determine where 1, 2, and 3 were? Like, you can't just start with 4 and 5. It's
That's
a new
true.
kid.
You can do that with Star Wars though.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
they
Star
did.
Wars did that.
They did.
4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. The only way to actually, the best way to watch Star Wars, it's 4, 5, 2, 3, 6. You just leave out 1. I can take a pause.
That's snack time.
Think about it.
It's snack time.
Yeah.
What do you mean snack
when
time?
one's on episode 1.
Oh, okay. You got me confused. I'm like, snack time? We don't do snack time on this
I was
show.
gonna say,
Like
that's
how
a
we
cool
don't
spot.
without your cookies, boys.
Is this MTV remote control now? It's snack time? Does anybody remember MTV remote control, or am I that old?
You're that old.
Okay.
Do you remember? Do you remember Romper Room? We were just talking about
Vaguely,
that at
yes.
work. Do you guys? You're too young. Never mind. Never mind.
I
Mom,
don't
do you
know.
remember Romper Room? Mom's in the chat. You guys
I-
should say hi to my mom.
I remember the mirror at the end of the show.
Yeah.
And they would pass like they would pass like I remember that. I don't remember anything else.
I don't know if I remember anything other than the name Romper Room and like they sat on the floor.
I think I remember them sitting on the floor, and there was like a magic mirror they had at the end of the show. I remember that much.
What about Mr. Dress Up? Do you remember Mr. Dress Up?
I don't.
Do you guys?
No.
Jesus. Well, he was Canadian.
Okay.
And it was probably before your time because you're much younger than we are. I'm guessing.
I'm well versed in, pop culture from the 80s and 70s and stuff. Well, not well versed, but I'm aware. I don't know these things though. These like MTV shows?
No, they were like PBS shows.
I was gonna say that's like some Reading Rainbow shit.
Yeah. Same target audience.
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
Sesame Street.
Yeah, it was on like right. No, it was on at night. It was on. Well, okay.
Prime time.
Mr. Dress Up was on close to Sesame Street, but Romper Room I feel like was on at night.
Mr. Dress Up sounds terrifying.
He had a tickle trunk that all of his costumes lived in.
What?
A tickle trunk?
And he would have to unlock it by tickling the tickle trunk.
Oh my goodness.
Okay then.
What does the Wikipedia entry for this guy say now?
The tickle trunk. It's my next
Mr.
band.
Dress Up was Canada's answer to Mr. Rogers. Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and also there was Fred Penner's place. He just like lived in the woods and played the acoustic guitar.
Mm-hmm.
He was
that,
pretty
that
cool.
I like.
Yeah, he was pretty cool.
And that was a television show as well?
For kids?
Yes, they were all for children. Yes, yeah.
I was screwed up. I was watching like Ren and Stimpy and Rocko's Modern Life.
Oh,
and shit.
yeah. See,
Dude,
that was after my time.
I started rewatching Ren and Stimpy when I got
Genius.
Paramount Plus, and I'm just like, why the fuck was this a kids show?
Yep.
Yeah, that was like the first cartoon I remember encountering that parents were like, we're not letting any of you watch this. So we'd meet up at the one kid's house to, watch it.
Of course.
They're like sucking nails off of the freaking drywall and stuff. It was just bizarre.
My kid was like, did you watch SpongeBob like when it first came? I'm like, no, I started watching SpongeBob after you were born, and I put it on one day, and I'm watching an episode, and he's trying to give the snail a bath, and he's like pretending it's a pirate thing, and he's like gives him soap, and he's like, look, doubloons, don't drop these, wink. And I told her, that's when I realized that this show is meant for kids to watch, because you're not going to get that joke, but it's also meant for adults to watch because I'm going to get that joke, just like Animaniacs was when I was a kid.
Right.
Now I will sit here and like binge watch SpongeBob if I have the opportunity to.
Yeah.
But like before I saw that episode, I was like, who did a fucking show about a sea sponge?
I will posit that like the first 3 seasons of SpongeBob are as good as anything that like Looney Tunes or any other cartoon ever did. It's phenomenal. I wouldn't say there's a sharp fall off after that, but the first 3 seasons are choice.
We got a "you can't do that on television" reference in the chat.
Oh, wow. Wow. I remember that show.
I remember that show very
Oh,
well.
that's a show
very
I thought we were
vaguely.
getting yelled at.
No.
I thought it was like the George Carlin
No.
you can't say on the
No,
ThinkSoJoE show.
you can't do that on television launched Alanis Morissette's career.
No, it didn't.
It did. She was on that show.
Really?
Yeah.
I love Alanis Morissette.
We're playing trivia before the show, before you guys got here. And it's like a multiple choice question. You have to like pick multiple answers. And it's like, which are real nicknames of European football clubs? And one was like the Canadian Morissettes. I'm like, I'm picking that answer just because it is the most obviously wrong answer on the thing. But I'm picking it just because I really don't know the answer to any of this. And because that answer's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, please tell me it came back as like, no, this is actually a
No,
thing.
no, it was
No, that would be
wrong. It
great.
was wrong.
I'm disappointed by that.
Welcome Freshmen or Salute Your Shorts. You guys remember any of those shows?
Oh, get me to Salute Your Shorts all day long.
Yeah, I remember Salute Your Shorts.
Yeah.
Vaguely. I was like just starting to develop like coherent thought and consciousness at that point. I might have been like 5 or 6, but I distinctly remember them trying to get one kid to make weight to be on like the wrestling team, and they were just like stuffing him with burgers.
Yeah, that sounds like Salute Your Shorts.
Yeah. So,
They had the great theme song, right? Can't find one who'll hold you in our hearts. And when we think about you,
It makes me wanna fart.
I hope you never depart. Now get it right or pay the price.
So yeah, we remembered Salute Your Shorts. Welcome I vaguely remember Welcome Freshman. I think I may have watched it when it was like new, but I don't remember it. I think that was one of those shows where it was like, hey, look at this. There's a TV show. It was probably on between like it was like Salute Your Shorts was probably on between Welcome Freshman and like Hey Dude, and I'm like,
Hey dude.
I'm going to tune in for Salute Your Shorts. All right. Laura is correct. It is time for music, even though she's saying an MP3 file. So you picked this song this week. This is Mothers of Jupiter.
Yes.
Any particular reason?
Because I actually did my homework this week and like shared on social media that we were looking for music and stuff. And they got in my Instagram DMs. And this is what happens.
Okay, well, this is Mothers of Jupiter, and the song is called The Day He Died on all WNY ThinkSoJoE Show.
Awaiting the new world to begin. Oh yeah.
right. That was Mothers of Jupiter, the song called The Day He Died. I put my phone right on top of my notes here. So
Yeah.
I'm going to move that out of the way.
Yeah, so
Anyway.
I don't know. I really liked the song. It kind of reminded me of like Alice in Chains.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
exactly what I thought of.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And I'm into that.
Absolutely.
I dig it. I was checking it out a little bit earlier when I was actually last night when I was programming
Yeah.
I programmed everything last night. I did my job.
Look at
And
us
then
doing our homework.
And then I woke up like super late and I'm like, I got to promo the show. I got to figure out how I'm getting these guys into the studio.
But you did the initial setup to run the show, so like
I did.
You're
Yeah.
prepared.
I did. Everything was programmed into the board. It was ready to go. I'm just like, I was going to stick you guys up against the table there, put a camera on you, and like just, I was all like, I'm like, this is going to work. And then as soon as I like put a chair there, I'm like, this is not going to work.
I mean, we're Shambles, dude. You should have stuck us in the fucking bathroom.
I was gonna
you know?
say.
I mean, if I had a long enough HDMI cable, I probably could have.
It's a good place to be.
Yeah.
We need to be there soon.
From what I
eventually.
understand, you own a bidet as well. So
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, this is true.
Yes, we do. We have a bidet if you guys need to use it at all. So.
Yes. Even if you don't need to, you might want to try it.
Yeah, sure.
You know.
yeah, I'll try to wait for the next song, but you know, might not need it.
All right. Karina did do her homework
did
this
my
week.
homework.
She's got it in her hand there.
Okay, let me see. Okay, it's actually in chronological order this
Oh,
time.
wow.
Today, Brent Martoni, or Martone, I'm not sure how you say it, Dr. Ooh, and Ryan Kaminsky, who we played last week. They're at Nietzsche's. Tomorrow, Brute Wojcik, is that how you say his name?
Bruce Wojcik.
Bruce
Yep.
Wojcik, and The Struggle with 77 Stone at Babeville. All right, now let's move on to the weekend. Those guys are playing at the New Keystone. Yeah, that's not in Western New York. That's in Bradford, PA, but they're still friends of the show, so we wanted to tell you about it. Then Friday through Sunday is IT Fest number 5, IT Fest V. I had the privilege of going to an IT Fest.
Okay. What?
It's Intrepid Travelers.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes.
I hear IT. I think of like internet technology. Like,
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, that sounds
like
like
we're gonna go learn how to hook up Ethernet cables.
coding.
There's going to be a lot of discussion of Linux.
yes.
Microsoft DOS.
It's at the G Lodge, which I'm not sure where that is because even though I did go there, I don't remember much of it. I do remember the mushrooms. And I remember the guys at the campsite next to us were eating acid, and one of them decided that he could jump over the campfire. And I'll never forget, his name was Steve. And instead of jumping,
Oh no.
he just fell. Like his sandal caught on a stone or something. He just belly flopped in. Thank God I didn't see it because I was tripping. I probably would have just cried. But instead, I heard about it, so it was funny. Until like the reality set in that like somebody was hurt, and we were like trying to figure out how, like everyone at this festival is like, you know, having a good time, obviously. So no one is able to drive this guy all the way to. It's in the middle of nowhere. Like no one can drive him to a fucking hospital. No one can afford an ambulance. We're like, dude, you just gotta wait this out. Like,
yeah, sorry, Steve.
Throw some dirt on it.
I believe Steve is okay.
He is okay. That's what's
believe
important.
so.
Like, I hope he's laughing about it now too.
Yeah, I hope so.
Laura wants to know. She it's about the previous show you mentioned, the one in Brantford, Pennsylvania. She said, which guys?
Oh, those guys.
Those guys.
Those
of course.
guys.
Those guys.
Yeah. Also Friday we have Buffalo Infringement happy hour at the Duende at Silo City, and that's gonna have Carmen and Lizzie, Jay Aquarius, and Artemis X, and that's only $5. Then we have the International Beer Hip Hop Spectacular at Mohawk, and our friend Early Bird is gonna be playing. Remember Early Bird? We've played him a few times.
I'm sure
My sister works with him.
Okay.
Yeah. Or used to work with him. Jolly Cypher, Mark Lee, Demaya, 14 trapdoors. 14 trapdoors. J Bands, that's also $5. Then Saturday, Resurgence Brewery and 26 Productions presents Rocks on Rocks Festival with Aqueous, Grub, and Mom Said No. Most of that is a good lineup, right?
Yes.
Yes. The Elmwood Ave Festival of the Arts presents a Community Appreciation Day at Bayville. There's going to be dance. There's going to be music by Oregon Fairchild, The Brass Machine, Black Rock Zydeco, which sounds pretty fun to me. I don't know if you're into the Zydeco. Do you know what?
No,
Okay.
I don't know what that
we'll
is.
We'll talk about that another day. Then also this weekend is Sally from Over and Out's birthday. So Over and Out, Dreadnecks, Velvet Bethany at Tudor.
If you guys are looking for me on Saturday,
Yeah. If you're looking for me, I'll be making pizzas, but I'll be wishing I was there.
but if you're looking for me, there's a good chance I'll be at Tudor Lounge wearing a crown. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah. Also, Saturday, Strange Standard with DJ Nick at Night at Good Bar in the Attic. And then also Amateur Hockey Club, Star Juice, 100 Plus Club, and Quaker Gun Club are going to be at Nietzsche's. Yes. It sounds like a really exclusive show because there's a lot of clubs, but I think everyone's welcome.
Amateur Hockey Club's a great ska band.
Yeah.
So,
They're a ska band?
I believe so, aren't they?
Those dudes practice in the same space as us. We met them. They're really nice guys. I haven't had a chance to listen to them yet, though.
Okay.
Do they have stuff out there?
Yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
do.
Yeah.
They're on Spotify.
Yeah.
I'm just
We've played
slacking.
them, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Put it on the
Okay.
list.
Then Sunday, Mega Fringe at Holly Farms with Red Huffy, Chaz and the Dazzlers, Makeout Tactics, Andrew Biggie, Anchor, St. John and Other Monsters, Nod, and Genesis. It's funny that somebody named Andrew Biggie is playing because I knew a dude named Andrew Biggie in high school. He didn't go to my school. He went to Lockport. I went to Newfane. And I remember calling his house and asked because we all called him Biggie. And I was like, hey, is Biggie there? Not thinking this is this dude's last name. And his brother's like, we're all Biggies. Who do you want? I'm like, I don't know. Like,
Okay,
I think I shot an age out there. I was like, I don't know, you got one around like 16. Also Sunday, Grosh and Johnny Hart and the
Mess? Johnny Hart and the Mess?
I have an abbreviation.
Where am I looking here?
Johnny
Hart and the Mess.
Okay.
JHATM, she writes.
There's a boat cruise. They're playing a boat cruise. And then also Shattered and Crumbled plays Buffalo Infringement Festival at Nietzsche's. There's so much going on for the Infringement Festival that I didn't even try.
I want to tell you guys, if you want us to remember your name so she can write abbreviations and I know what she's talking about, just play shows every single weekend.
Yep, I will remember. Then next week, Tuesday, the 10th, Pharaoh is at Elmwood Village Picnic in the summer concert series. That one's free. We like free.
Free is my favorite four-letter F word.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Interesting. But that's all she wrote for this week.
That is literally all she wrote.
That is.
Anyway,
Huzzah.
she literally wrote that list. Anyway,
I did.
we're in focus now, and now they're not.
Oh, no.
Oh, what the fuck? How could you do that to Shambles? We're the world's greatest band.
We'll back
All
up.
right,
It'll
all right.
focus on
So,
you.
like, take a step back here.
I don't know. This autofocus does what it wants, I guess. Anyway.
Yeah, so
Anyway.
there's stuff to do this weekend, and I will be making pizzas.
So the Over and Out, Dreadnecks, and Velvet Bethany show.
Yes.
I almost forgot about it till I saw Velvet Bethany, of all bands, post about it. I don't even know who they are, let alone, like, why I would see their posts over, like, Dreadnecks or Over and Outs, or, like, specifically Grant or Sally's, like,
Right.
or even Rob's or anybody else in Over and Out. Like,
Right.
I don't know how I saw their post and not anybody else's, but I eventually saw one of Sally's posts. And she says, you know what? I might make this a princess-themed event. And she posted a picture of her wearing a tiara and a dress.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I do have a crown downstairs somewhere.
Oh, my gosh. We definitely have fairy wings, though.
We do have fairy wings. That
We
is
have
true.
fairy wings.
Dude, you can't not do that now.
Right? The fairy wings light up.
Yeah, dude, what are you thinking? You're doing that. That's amazing.
I think they were his daughters, but really the truth is, I found them when I moved into this house. They could have belonged to anybody.
I think they were his to start.
Anyway, I might have to dig out my crown and go.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you want to do a princess party? I'm the king. Fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
I'm going to send some cookies for Sally for her birthday.
I will remember to bring them this time.
This time, yes.
You always leave me cookies to bring stuff, and I'm like, bring to people, and I'm just like, yeah, okay. And then by the time it happens, it's like, oh, crap, I forgot those cookies.
Cookies, yeah. Yeah, and then there was the time that I didn't tell you about the cookies, and you thought that...
Oh, God. The time with Brian?
I left edibles for Brian.
Yeah, here's a Brian story.
Right. And I didn't tell Joe where I left them, so he thought they were in the front hall, but they were in the kitchen.
No,
So-
you left them in the front hall. You had them in the front hall. You didn't tell me you moved them from the front hall.
Whatever. He thought they were going to be in the front hall. He thought kids took the fucking special cookies.
Oh man.
And he was like freaking out, texting me, and like I was like, no, they're in the kitchen. Like everything's fine.
You're just waiting for that like subpoena
She tells
to
it
show
so
up to us.
calmly. She tells it so calmly. She was actually like, "Oh my God, really? Like, I don't know where they could be. Check the kitchen." And I'm like, "There's like 4 cookies right next to the microwave." She's like, "That's them." I was so relieved because I thought like it was the week we had that package go missing, and we didn't know where it ended up. Like the $100, like the hard drive.
Yes.
And like somebody, like when I went out to the hallway, it was in the hallway, but the cookies were not. And I'm like, what if like some parent like sent their kid over here and
Right.
the kids just saw the cookies, like, ooh, cookies.
Right.
You know, like stuffed them in their cargo shorts or
That
something.
is, I mean, that was the fear. But
They're in focus again.
No children got the cookies.
No, that's what I'm thinking. Is like you're sitting there waiting for that subpoena to that PTA
Yeah.
meeting for distributing, you know, like low-level narcotics to the
Right.
children of South Buffalo.
Yeah, right. I was panicking. I was terrified. Brian comes over and I'm like, dude, I don't know where they are. Like, and then I texted you. You told me where they were. I text Brian back. He's like, okay, cool. Can I come get them right now? Like, yeah, sure.
Get them out of the house.
And so he came back, and I gave him like half because I didn't realize. Oh no, you know what it was? I gave him like, I didn't know they were all for him, so I gave him like half of them.
Yeah.
And then you were like, no, they're all for him. So I'm like, dude, they were all for you. He's like, can I come back and get the rest? Like, yeah, sure, whatever, dude. I don't care. Take them.
Never pass up. Ever.
No.
But yeah, that was a scary moment for me. I'm just
Yeah.
like, who got these cookies?
Life's always an adventure with me, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's
You're
true.
welcome.
Anyway. So yeah. Anyway.
They were good cookies, though.
Mm-hmm. So we just announced a couple of shows over the course of the last week,
Yes.
since the last show. First and foremost, we've mentioned them on the show before, but we haven't actually we didn't have event pages or anything like
Right.
that. It's all these are both up now. Mulligan Mania, September
Yes.
4th. That is a benefit for Brian Muller. All the money from that and the basket raffle and all that. We talked about this earlier in the show. That's all going to go towards like causes and organizations that Brian loved and supported.
Originally, it was going to go towards fulfilling his final wish to be pressed into a vinyl. But the GoFundMe actually took care of that.
Within 3 days.
Yeah, that was pretty
Unbelievable.
amazing.
So it's like, well, we already booked this show.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're
So
still
we're
gonna do it for
we're,
Brian.
we're still gonna do it for Brian, and I'm gonna make this an annual thing. It's gonna be in July starting next year, but
Yeah.
we couldn't get a good venue until September this time. So
Yeah.
and then Living Brain Dead had a scheduling miscommunication, so we couldn't end up doing it.
That's a bummer.
So our we're not advertising this as a tribute to Brian, but it is our night that we're going to pay some tribute to Brian, and that's going to be October 9th at the All WNY Punk Show 2021.
That's gonna be so awesome. Who else is playing?
We've got Tsunami Surprise is going to be on that one. We've got Syracuse's Lucky 33.
Yes.
And finally, after 2 years of the Living Brain Dead, we're finally getting to play a show with Johnny Revolting.
Nice.
We've been talking about this for like 2 years now. Me and Andrew were just. I muted something. I did something. I did not. I hit solo on something. So I only had me. I had no. They could hear me. I couldn't. Anyway.
Anyways.
So, but yeah, I've been talking with Andrew back and forth for like 2 years trying to find a good date to do a show. So finally, when I was like, who wants to play October 9th? And he's like, Johnny Revolting wants to play October 9th. I'm like, good. You're in. So that's going to be a good one. It's both shows are $5 at the door, 7 o'clock doors.
Nice.
So I mean, you could give us more money if you want at the Brian benefit. You could give us more money if you want at the Punk show too, but that's
Keep in
going to
mind,
us.
At the Brian benefit, there's gonna
At
Words
Muller
are
Mania.
hard.
At Muller Mania.
Mania, there will be vendors. There will be the basket raffle. There will be a 50-50. There's going to be all kinds of things to spend your money on for Brian.
And the great patches from Pecsci Marlinski and
the pins from
the
Nick Landers.
pins from Nick Landers. There's going to be basket raffles.
Me and Meredith are both baking.
There you go. There's going to be all kinds of stuff where you can spend your money and have it go to some of Brian's favorite causes. And you know, so
that's awesome, man.
Yeah,
it's really, really awesome.
Yeah, and we hope to do this every year now. So just to keep his memory alive and you know, keep it going. So
yeah.
This is Brian, man.
I gotta get mine out too then.
Yeah.
I'm not usually like leaned up against this, so that's how I hit the solo button. Anyway.
Yeah, and I have a few shows that I'm working on, but nothing ready.
Yeah, same. I got a couple of more shows that I have some bands booked for, but nothing fully ready to announce or anything. So
I do have requests off for work though, so that I can actually go to the shows that I'm booking.
Right. November 13th is my birthday. I am throwing a show this year, so maybe avoid having any plans that night too.
Yeah. Yeah. You want me to not work on your birthday?
Yeah, don't work on my birthday.
Okay.
Come to my show instead.
Okay. I'll think about it.
Yeah, can you schedule me?
Wait, Joe and Ryan are playing? No. No, I'm working.
I hear some pizzas calling my name.
That Tony Soprano one, man.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Call
like
my name.
it's the white sauce, and then it's got sausage. I think it's ham, capicola, and salami.
Oh yeah, absolutely it would. And the gabagool. Any gabagool?
Just anything that's between like a trio and a quad of just like processed, salty, fatty meats.
Right.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. So maybe maybe some of these stamps shows that we have coming up that we're not talking about yet. Maybe we should probably have some Brando's pizza.
Yes. September 12th is Stamps reopening.
Yeah,
yes, and the sauce is going to be playing.
I will be performing along with Yellow Sauce at that event, so.
Who else? There's like a million bands playing.
I have no idea who any of them are.
Really?
I really don't.
I feel like a couple of the names stood out to me, but I don't remember. With all my homework, I have too many band names.
I
on
understand.
My brain.
That's why I got to remind you that Johnny Hart's band is called The Mess.
Yes. I was going to say the Maniacs because that sounds more fun.
What do we got here? This is the Stamps reopening show.
Claymore.
Dreadnecks. That's new. That wasn't on there before.
Oh.
Look at this. Okay, so this is Stamps September 12th, 3 p.m., 18 plus with proper ID required. It's a $12 cover, but it's a long show.
Oh, that's not bad then.
No. You've got the Dreadnecks, Claymore, Be Not Breathing,
I don't know.
I guess. Yellow Sauce, Bighorn Sheep, Surfs, Garfrankel.
Garfrankel, huh?
5 times Atmosphere, Fata Morgana, and Reese Daniels.
It's a full bill.
Come for Yellow Sauce, stay for Dreadnecks.
I wonder what the order is going to be.
Yeah, I don't know. Put Yellow Sauce in between Claymore and the Dreadnecks.
Oh my God, brilliant.
We'll be the Janie Crash of that show.
Yeah, totally.
They'll probably warp tour it. I guarantee it.
I am. We're working on some stuff for Yellow Sauce, and I can't wait for this show because hopefully I'll be able to like unveil it all there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Got a lot of work to do though.
I do, and I got to get Leland to come get it all. So I haven't even looked at the chat. What's going on? November 13th is JT's birthday. Yes, I'm aware. She wants to know what is white sauce.
White sauce. It's okay. Calm down, Laura. White sauce is just like
Mayonnaise.
it's not actually white. It's see-through. It's like garlic and oil and stuff like that. It's mostly just garlic and oil. Yeah.
Which is everything you want.
Yeah, and then we add like more garlic and then cheese.
That sounds phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's basically like what you get on like a chicken bacon ranch pizza.
Yes, or a white pizza.
Yeah, white pizza. Yeah,
Yeah,
actually,
which
that's
is-
more apt. Yeah.
Tomatoes.
Nick Landers is also in the chat.
Nick Landers, hello.
Hi, Nick.
Hey, Nick.
She wants to know what white sauce is, what red sauce is, and what yellow sauce is. And I want you guys to tip us if you like the stream. Tips.thinksojoe.com. Anyway. Good timing on that. It just popped right up. Anyway.
Great.
Great timing. Anyway.
Great.
How do you tip?
Tips.thinksojoe.com.
That's all you do?
You go there and you enter
Tip-
your information. You can
Tips.thinksojoe.com.
There's also merch.thinksojoe.com.
But if you're going to spend money, buy merch.
Yeah.
Merch.thinksojoe.com. Anyway.
Yeah.
There's more money in the shirts?
No, but we'd rather you get a value for something instead of just, hey, I like this show. Let me give you
What do
money.
you tell? But
No, that's the whole point of doing it, though,
I
right?
understand that, but I mean,
there's tremendous value in
Give
what you're
this man
providing
your
here.
money now! I know!
I like these guys.
Right here.
I knew there was the reason these guys are my favorite local band.
We got to get it somehow. We got to get
They're
the
literally like on their phones right now trying to tip.
That's great. Oh, man.
Interview.
We're not here for an interview. We're here to give you money.
So my mom got some merch from the merch store.
She did. You were saying.
She got a t-shirt.
Yeah.
And she's happy with her t-shirt because it's a Karina's Cookies t-shirt.
Those are quality t-shirts.
They are. They're really nice and soft.
Mm-hmm.
And then she got the Karina's Cookies mug, which she was like, what is this? The mug is more than the t-shirt. Well, this mug
It's
is
like huge, right? It's like this
monstrous.
big.
It's a big cup of coffee.
Yeah.
But it's big enough that you can dunk one of my chocolate chip cookies in it.
Perfect. So you get a Karina's Cookies coffee mug that you can dunk Karina's Cookies in.
It's wonderful.
That's why yours is the big one, and I got the two little mugs, the things you might not know, and the Think So Joe gaming mug with my face on it.
with your face on it, because
Yeah.
that's not weird.
No.
No, not at all. You know what's not weird at all is when you're wearing your t-shirt.
When I'm
with
wearing
your
the
face
Think So
on
Joe
it.
gaming shirt
Yeah.
with the face on it.
Yeah, you
know
have
what's
to wear
really
that
weird?
every time you go anywhere with your daughter.
You know what's really weird was when I went to game wearing that shirt, but I have the green screen up when I game, so there's the big green circle on the shirt, and so it's like, hey, look,
You can see
somebody
through
shot me with a cannon.
like that movie Death Becomes Her that me and Jasmine were watching that one time, where they're basically zombies and they
Right.
try to kill each other, not realizing that they're both zombies, and one of them shoots the other one through the stomach, and it's
Or The Patriot. There's a real epic scene where someone gets blown through with a cannonball.
oh shit,
That sounds like more serious than the movie you're talking about, though.
totally. Yes, this was just two
It's not
bitches
that
going
serious.
at
It's
it.
Mel Gibson.
Oh, okay, all right.
Laura says,
Freaking
Think So
joke.
Joe gaming. What's that? Yeah, I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah,
But
you really haven't.
I
What
went.
are we gaming on?
I went and I went and I played a couple of weeks ago, and actually it's been like a month now, and that's the night. It was the night before, 2 nights before I saw you. Remember I was telling you a friend of mine had passed away before I saw you?
Yep.
Yeah, I found out right before I went on that stream, and so I'm playing the game and I'm talking about that, and then I was gonna stream later in the week, and then Brian died, and I'm like, I don't feel like doing this right now,
Right.
Yeah.
and I haven't since. So
Can't stream those NHL 3-on-3s in that moment. I think you can come back.
What do you stream? What kind of game?
sometimes NHL. I've been recently doing Conker's Live and Reloaded, which is basically the Xbox version of Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yeah.
But I've been just taking huge chunks of time in between plays, so it's just okay, where was I? Oh, okay.
Joey, have you heard of that game?
Mm-mm.
All right, so Joey was a PlayStation kid growing up. And this is a constant source of squabble in our relationship as a band. That Joey and Ethan are all into Final Fantasy, and I'm all into Legend of Zelda. But Conker's Bad Fur Day was basically Rareware, which made Banjo-Kazooie, Donkey Kong, all those games. For some reason, out of the blue, at the end of the N64's lifespan, made a mature-themed game with adorable characters. So it was this little squirrel battling giant piles of shit, cursing, getting drunk, trying to hook up with hookers, and this was pixelated on Nintendo 64.
What?
Yeah, dude, it was out of the freaking blue.
Wait. What's this game called?
Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Conkers?
Conker.
Can someone spell it?
Conker.
Okay.
If you're still a PlayStation gamer, then I take it, if that's the source of conflict here.
No.
Okay.
I'm pretty-
Okay. So if you have an Xbox One, you could get the Rare Replay, and that's actually the original N64 version is actually on the rare replay.
Yeah, not uncensored and everything. I have a copy of it. I can give it to you.
You do?
I do, yeah.
There's also Conker's Live and Reloaded, and that came out for Xbox, the original Xbox, with way better graphics, but some of the content was censored, which was weird because it's like, why is Nintendo the one not censoring the content?
Yeah, exactly. They had like no blood in Mortal Kombat and shit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But they took out some of the, but they left everything in Conker's Bad Fur Day, which some of it was taken out of Live and Reloaded. But which some guy every time I play is like giving me, oh, you're playing the kids game, like,
yeah,
dude, I could play the original, but I like this one better because I'm better at it for some reason. I don't know why. It's the same game basically. Laura said she'll donate $5 if you watch Up. And she also says it's singing time, which is appropriate because the next song is from the guys in the studio, so they could just sing it for you instead.
Have yourself
Shambles can't sing.
Merry Little Christmas.
So we usually do the guest as the second song, and I went through your latest album, picked one of your longer songs off of it, just to give us some time to sit around and not be on air. And this song's called Spent. You guys want to tell us anything about this song specifically, or the last album, or anything?
Yeah, man. Well, the last album, we did something a little different than our EP, I guess, which was more like fun and goofy. We wrote a bunch of really fucking sad and angry songs. This song is about, I guess it's a big, vague feeling that you get when you're overwhelmed by shit and you're frustrated by the way that you need to participate in society and how you just got to kind of fucking deal with that anyway. And I'm giving that way more credence than it's due, so please just enjoy this tune.
This is Shambles. The song's called Spent on all WNY Think So Joe Show.
Just lazy. Is it panic or boredom? I can't decide. Burning out the routine and wondering if maybe there's more than this to life. But the world keeps on moving past my eyes in their moment. I am stuck standing still amongst a rioting crowd. They're all screaming for blood at the top of their lungs, and I just can't block their voices out. My old man sentiment still ringing clear inside my head. Your best intentions fall apart, but you do the best you can. Nobody gives a fuck about you, whether you're alive or you're dead. So square your fucking shoulders and keep your head up, kid. Is there a better path to fulfillment than mere contemplation? Then they won't keep me going in a circle again. Just a way to end the day with something other than frustration, but still pay the fucking rent. Is it better to internalize or just push forward? Through the constant self-loathing and intrusive thoughts. From 5 minutes of solace to an hour of collapse, and why do I keep hiding the fucking ball? My old man sentiment still ringing clear inside my head. Life's fucking hard, things fall apart, but you do the best you can. Nobody gives a fuck about you, whether you're alive or you're dead. So square your fucking shoulders. You can play the martyr when you created your own anguish. You can't change now a redaction.
All right, Shambles on old WNY Think So Joe show. The song called Spent. Talking a little bit about the recording process and everything while we were listening to the song. And
Yeah, we recorded that one with, we did both of our EP and our album with Jay over at Flower House Studios. You know, our buddy from On the Cinder does an absolutely great job. Just, I was really, really happy with how everything came out. And we had a great time up there. A lot of beers, a lot of laughs, and
A lot of sweat.
a lot of sweat, yeah. A lot of sweat.
we also got a comment during the from Twitch during the song break, and it
Yeah.
is, Sweet Mother of God, it's the perfect evolution of beards. That comment from Polar Knights. So
I like to start that. I like to be the beginning.
and it's just it's so true. It's just,
It's cyclical. It's always a circle.
it was not intended to come out that way. It's just Ryan picked that chair. So,
Hey, man, it's serendipity. Things
I
always
guess.
work out, you know?
anyways, so have you worked on anything new since the album? Like, what can we expect when we have the show coming up? Like,
So we've wrote a couple new tunes. We're looking at doing an EP at some point in the near future. We probably got like maybe 5 or 6 of them in the works at various stages of completion. There might be one new one at the show. We're not entirely sure, but probably not much more than that. We're really going to be going more trying to ferret out like the classic tunes that really nail our sound. And then we spent a lot of quarantine drinking beers and learning covers. So there's going to be a fair amount of cover tunes as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I will note that I may have actually kind of learned how to sing during quarantine, so that'll be a huge boon to our sound.
makes one of us. We were talking about, you mentioned the Shambles sound, and we were talking about songs that are indicative of your sound, which that last one was. And I had originally put on another one from that album called Kick the Box. And you guys were saying that, you know, you kind of agree with me. That's not indicative of what you guys usually typically do.
Yeah, that's right. Like that one's kind of more of like just kind of an outlier that gives the album some more color and more flavor, kind of takes you in different directions and kind of keeps you pulled in. I actually like the bass line on that song a lot. It's a lot of fun to play, but it's kind of a different style tune for sure. So I like the pick of Spent.
In the YouTube chat, Laura says she'll donate $5 if you watch Up, and she'll donate $10 if I watch Home Alone 5.
Do I have to watch Home Alone 5?
If I have to, you have to.
Laura, what are we need this spelled out.
And is this $15 total? Because this is pretty crucial here.
Right.
I don't know about $10 for 2 movies. That's like, man, that's like a buck.
And
an hour.
I really feel like the emotional trauma that Up is going to put me through is worth more than $5.
It's worth it.
If my mascara smears,
Is
We're
there
gonna have a
really
problem.
Home Alone 5?
There is really
I am still shocked at this.
there is really a Home Alone 5.
Like not only that there's a Home Alone 5, but there's fans of Home Alone 5. It's like the most perplexing thing in the universe to me. Like I actually, Joe's getting the proof that there's a bomb. See, when you go to Wikipedia and it says Home Alone franchise, that is where the abomination begins for me.
I specifically looked up Home Alone franchise because I wasn't sure, but Home Alone: The Holiday Heist, also known as Home Alone 5.
Is that that's a little girl?
No, that's Crispin Glover as a young man.
Oh, no. Oh boy.
It's a 2012 American made-for-television Christmas comedy film.
Of course it is.
Oh, it's made for television.
It's the fifth installment of the Home Alone franchise, starring Christian Martin, Joelle Ferland, Malcolm McDowell, Debbie Mazar, Eddie Steeples. The film premiered on ABC Family, now Freeform, on November 25th, 2012, during the network's annual countdown to 25 Days of Christmas programming block.
Yeah, that's a convoluted way to describe this. Was on a network that went under and nobody watched it.
Laura watched it.
Nick Lander says it's on HBO Max.
Nice.
Right now?
You know,
Apparently so.
I got HBO Max, and that's got like The Sopranos and all the Studio Ghibli movies and stuff. Like, I'm not gonna watch Home Alone 4 or 5. Like, do you not think my time is valuable? What is it?
I'm in the middle of watching The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I don't.
Oh, wait, straight through?
I started watching. I've been watching like on and off, just like whenever I have time. where I'm awake and like watching TV.
Yeah.
So I've been putting that on.
I
Yeah.
haven't
Good
minded.
choice.
Fresh Prince is great.
It's great.
That's worth a rewatch.
Totally.
I just watched all of The League again. I am a huge fan of The League. It was written by people that used to write for Seinfeld, so it has that same feel. So, huge fan.
Awesome. Is that the one about the fantasy football?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, we've seen that show, right?
That's
Yeah,
funny.
okay.
I like Taco.
Oh, Taco's great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Taco's great.
And his name's Taco.
I've actually been like watching random episodes of Seinfeld because I never really watched it when it was like popular.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
So I'm
Nothing
Good
better.
shit.
Yeah, that right there is Shambles in a nutshell.
yeah.
Probably 90% of our conversations involve Seinfeld in some way.
We gotta get you guys more shows at Stamps then, because they have like
Yeah.
Seinfeld quotes all over
They
the place.
That's,
Yeah.
I remember seeing them, yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah.
I watched so I know you guys are like, I don't even know if I should bring this up. I'm sorry. I was just like, moment of silence. Let me interject this thing I used to do. So our drummer, Ethan, who's not here to defend himself, and I know you guys aren't like, well, you're particularly not a huge movie guy.
Right.
So Ethan made me watch this movie by Harmony Korine called Gummo. I guess all I can say is don't watch it, but go watch it. It's a series of unrelated vignettes involving these kids in a tornado-ravaged Ohio town, and they spend their time, like, abusing animals. It's the weirdest movie I have ever seen. I don't recommend it, so go watch it.
Okay. That is a rousing endorsement right there.
Right. What's it called?
It's called Gummo.
Gummo. How do you spell?
Just stay away from it.
Gummo. And now that everyone hates us, no. It's just weird, man. It's a strange flick. There's no plot. It was Harmony Korine was a skateboarder that was found by this director, Larry Clark. He wrote a movie called Kids, and then his directorial debut was
remember
this thing,
Kids.
It's not streaming anywhere.
It is not. Nobody will stream it. I have a DVD copy I can lend to you if you want.
Of course you do.
Yeah, it's... Let me tell you, Ethan, you're not here to defend yourself, so fuck you, buddy. I don't know why you made me watch that.
I don't know. We used to do a segment on the show when Brian was co-hosting. It was Joe Knows Jack, and he made me watch some shitty movies.
He made you watch some pretty good movies, too.
What are some of the good ones?
I don't know. Jurassic Park.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, Jurassic Park's awesome, man.
You got to put it in context
Let's-
of when Jurassic Park came out.
My point exactly. When did you see Jurassic Park for the first time?
So I was like 7, and my parents had it on VHS.
Okay. I saw it when I was like 37 and watched it on streaming, and I'm like, this is like, can the dinosaur eat the fucking kids already?
You know,
that fucking
that's
reveal.
true.
You're just like, what is this? There's better shit on fucking Cartoon Network.
Okay, come on, it's Jurassic Park.
I'm not.
I
hey,
know,
man,
it's like a
I'm not saying I
monumental
stand this.
film.
It's a great flick.
I'm doing my impression of Joe being like completely underwhelmed by one of the greatest movies of the 20th century.
I saw them, I was like posting on Facebook as I'm watching them, because I watched like all, like, I think there were like 4 at the time. Is there like 4 now, or is there 5?
It's one of those things that went off the rails. It's like American Pie, where there's like 3 movies that got progressively worse, and then they had like a franchise. So there's probably like Jurassic Park, North Carolina now. I don't know.
So like, but like I watched like all the like main series. So I watched like Jurassic Park 1 and Lost World, and like Jurassic World, and if there was a movie before Jurassic World, I saw that too. And I didn't see Jurassic World 2 because that was after we did this the segment. But watching Jurassic World, I recall posting, finally a human character I like, Jimmy Fallon as himself.
But you just look at the camera and laugh every 3 seconds.
Probably. I don't know. It just like. And everybody jumps to the defense. I know Nick Landers is watching, and Nick Landers was like, that's the best movie ever. I'm like, dude, when did you see it? Oh, I saw it when I was like 3. Like, that's why.
Yeah.
Like, so I can't argue with you that you think it's one of the greatest movies ever. You saw it when you were 6, when that's like a super technical, impressive feat. Whereas I saw it when I was 37 after years and years of improvements to CGI. And I'm just like, this was good movies?
I mean, it's like I'm saying. I do agree with you that like the reveal of the freaking brontosauri, I suppose you'd say, and Yeah, and they were looking at
Nick
him,
was
and he's
8.
like,
He corrected me.
My God, like it's pretty weak by today's standards. But there's also a scene in that movie where a T-Rex eats an outhouse that has a lawyer in it, and I mean that's phenomenal.
Fair.
Come on.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Buy your merch. Anyways. So, I mean, but my point still stands. Like, if you saw it when you were a kid, you have that nostalgia factor for it, and it's probably still, like, you're still looking at it through those eyes when you watch this movie, you're 6 again, and like, oh man, I remember how much I love this movie. Me, I'm just like, I've never seen this movie, and I really don't like any of the people in this movie. Like, I'm rooting for the dinosaurs. Go dinosaurs.
What? That
Come on, man.
Velociraptor.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah,
Goldblum.
he's a likable character.
With his shirt open when he's in the Jeep riding in the back. Must go faster. Must go faster. Where's Chungus at? Big fan.
Oh, yeah, Mike Rizzuto.
Big Jeff Goldblum fan.
Yeah, huge Jeff Goldblum fan. Lots of memes. That's another thing. Half of our conversations are memes.
That's
so
it.
if we lose you, just tell us to shut the fuck up. That's fine.
Gotcha. Laura's still claiming that Home Alone 5 is the greatest movie of all time. So
I don't know you, Laura, but that's a hot take.
Laura, if
I think I'm gonna watch it now.
If
so
you
good
make
job,
it-
Laura.
Yeah, now
if
it's
you
an
make it
obligation.
$20, Laura, I'll watch Home Alone 5 too. But I'm not watching Up.
Why won't you watch it?
I don't
I
get
don't like to cry.
I
It's
don't
not a crier though.
I cried during The Little Mermaid. You missed this when we were hanging out before.
Oh,
I don't get this. You don't want to watch Up, but Rick Astley is never going to give you up, but you don't like Rick Astley either. I don't understand.
Oh my God, you guys don't even know.
You
guys don't even know.
The ThinkSoJoE paradox. Am I never going to give you up, or are you going to go watch Up?
So I set my phone down and it started playing music for whatever. I must have hit Spotify and it was playing Rick Astley. My phone was in on the fun.
It's probably because it's heard you talk about it so much.
Yeah, it could be.
Nick is in the chat. He says that thing you do, which was a Joe Knows Jack. I
Yes.
saw that for the first time as part of this show on Brian's recommendation. I actually bought the movie shortly thereafter. We just watched it
We
again
did.
recently.
We did.
That thing you do, that's about the band, right?
Yes.
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 Laura says The Little Mermaid 3 is also a great film.
We're getting into Disney sequels.
God
What?
damn. We
No,
don't
there
need
were
to talk
some
about
good
Disney
sequels.
sequels.
Yeah, the
Disney sequels don't exist except The Lion King 1.5.
Yes, so the Lion King sequels were quite good, and the Toy Story sequels were
Yes.
phenomenal.
Oh, Toy Stories
and then
were perfect.
every other sequel was like the bottom of the barrel shovelware. Like, how cheaply can we produce a DVD? Let's sell it for 70 cents more. Horse shit. Like,
It's like that joke on Family Guy, Aladdin 3, Jafar gets glasses.
exactly.
Yeah, I never got into like Disney sequels. My kid loved Lion King 2.
Like,
And I liked Lion King 1.5. But
To be
like
fair, she's a kid. She was a kid.
also true.
Just
So-
like Jurassic Park, when you walk Jurassic Park when you're 5.
yeah, and like I will say, I saw Lion King 2 when I was maybe, 7 years old, so I think there's probably a chance that movie is a piece of shit as well, and I'm looking at it through, the benefit of hindsight or whatever.
That's when she saw it. She was like 7 and she wanted to watch it all the time. We went and saw the remake, the live action remake.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
pretty cool.
We saw that at the AMC downtown.
Yeah.
So that's the last movie I ever went to. I don't go to movies.
Do you think you'll go to another one?
I might. I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to.
Jackass 4.
Yes, that's my next movie.
I think if Mortal Kombat didn't come out in the middle of the pandemic, I would have gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
But it's like, oh, I could watch it for free at home. Okay.
Yeah.
Where do I sign up to go sit in a theater with other people to watch this? and spend money for the privilege.
Right.
Yeah, get that $19 bucket of popcorn.
Uh-huh.
It's worth every penny.
Laura wants to know if we're saying Little Mermaid 3 is a bad film. Nick Landers says Rescuers Down Under is pretty decent.
I'll give
Rescuers
you-
Down
Oh,
Under
that's
was
a
good.
phenomenal.
And you know
Yeah.
what? The Fievel movies,
Sure.
they were really good.
Five Goes West.
Five Goes West.
Great sequel.
Yes.
I think Five was the OG though, right? Or was it just
Yes,
called?
I believe so.
I think it was actually An American Tale.
Yes,
You're
it was.
right.
And it had
Yes,
a
it
fun
was.
pun. It was TAIL. So,
Yeah, it
kids
is
are
fun.
sucked into that wordplay,
Yeah.
So like, I agree with Nick. Rescuers Down Under is pretty great. Laura says, are you saying Little Mermaid 3 is a bad film? Yes.
You wanted to make sure you heard that one. I didn't even know there was a Little Mermaid 3, so
Yeah.
I think that probably explains it. When it comes
Right.
when it comes to Disney and that marketing budget, if you don't know about it, it's probably
Yeah, no,
something
for
they're
sure.
sweeping under the rug.
for sure. I mean, but that was like Disney in the 90s in a nutshell. Was like, here's this big blockbuster movie. Here's the straight to VHS sequel.
Yup. And everybody bought it. It came in those nice, like, snap open white
Uh-huh.
VHS
Yeah.
containers.
Uh-huh.
You had to buy a new VHS rack so that you could fit
Yeah.
that, much to the chagrin of parents everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a great word, chagrin.
I feel like rides to band practice with you are just going to be us debating movies. You're like, I saw this movie when I was a kid and it was great. I'm like, I saw this movie last week. It was terrible.
I have very strong opinions about things that don't matter. So, yeah, that's what
Hey,
it'll
me
be.
too.
Now there are movies that you'll watch nowadays when you loved them when you were a kid and they don't hold up.
Sure.
So, like, for example, I just rewatched with Ethan Richie Rich with Macaulay Culkin.
Oh, yeah.
That was like one of my favorite movies when I was younger, and now I watch it, and I mean it's brutal.
Yeah,
It's borderline unwatchable. But I mean I still loved it, just for the nostalgia factor of it. But I mean, my goodness,
it's basically a bloated marketing vehicle for McDonald's that's packaged with Macaulay Culkin. Like, that's it. Like,
Nick says, Goofy movie and the college one. Again, decent sequel.
the college one.
yeah,
I
but-
feel like Nick Landers is the authority on children's movies because he actually has children.
She also says that when she takes over the world, Laura says, she'll send her Terminator on the blue hat guy. That's you.
Oh man, I gotta go find a bunch of other guys wearing Bills hats.
His name is
Good
Ryan
thing I'm in Buffalo.
McEnany.
Guys, shut up.
Social
Gee, where-
security number.
Gee, where will you find anybody wearing a Buffalo Bills hat?
Yeah. Good thing I'm in Buffalo. No. Well, I mean, what was it when you have like a robot army that takes over?
When she takes over the world, she's going to send a Terminator after you.
All right. Well, I'm gonna definitely vote to diversify power structures going forward to make sure that you get further from that goal.
Wind energy.
Nick says Richie Rich is not unwatchable. He still likes it. I saw it not too long ago, and
Doesn't hold up.
I wasn't paying any attention, so... Which is usually true when I'm watching movies.
Best part is Herbert, the butler. And the best line is when he's meeting the mom for the first time, the single mom. And she goes, "Oh, Herb." And he goes, "No, it's Herbert. I'm not a seasoning."
I was having this conversation with somebody the other day. We were talking about like things from our childhoods that we were like nostalgic about that didn't hold up so well. And for me, it was like Thundercats. Like I watched Thundercats growing up,
It's tough.
and then Cartoon Network when I was in college was like, "Oh, hey, we're gonna do this new block of shows called Toonami, and the first thing we're gonna show is Thundercats." And I watched the first episode of Thundercats. I'm like, I watched this.
Yeah.
It's tough.
I think that was. I think that might have been spurred on by like the He-Man thing. Everybody's all upset about the new He-Man series. That has nothing to do with He-Man.
Yeah. Then again, though, like I don't know, like so I wasn't a fan of like the He-Man TV series growing up. It was a little bit before my time, but like my understanding of that was it also didn't have much to do with He-Man. It was basically a commercial.
Right.
And I understand what you're saying here because I had this experience with the Ninja Turtles cartoon, which was my favorite thing in the world growing up. And now, like, each episode has a good concept that devolves into a commercial for action figures. And it doesn't work for me anymore.
I think that's true of like any 80s. But like I watched the Transformers, like the first couple episodes of Transformers, and I was like, this is actually pretty good. Somebody had actually asked me, somebody posted on Twitter, they said, why are there 10 Fast and Furious movies, but they stopped making Transformers movies? I'm like, because, dude, the only good Transformers movie came out in 86.
That was animated too, right?
Yes, it was.
They had to give up while they were ahead.
Isn't that where he dies, right?
He dies.
Yeah, that was like a big thing. That was on one of the recap shows on Netflix, one of the documentaries.
Oh, the Toys That Made Us, probably.
Yes. And they talked about the movie, and that was like a big controversy. Is that what's his Optimus?
Optimus Prime died. So like they killed off the entire like G1 like line of toys in that movie so that they could come back for the next season with brand new characters to market new toys. So like you watch that first season or two of the Transformers, it's like, yeah, these are all my favorite, these are all my favorite guys, and then they all die in the movie.
And they went with that with the show.
I
It
know,
wasn't like an alternate arc line or something like that.
Yeah, I know grown men who cry still watching that movie. I'm not one of them.
See, I'm saying I would be one of the. Well, I'm not a grown man. I'm a half-grown woman, but I would cry.
Well, I mean,
my favorite character died like that.
I keep telling you though, going back to Up, I keep telling you, like the first 16 minutes are like, I could get why you'd get sad, but then after that, it's all happy.
Yeah.
So it's a very good movie.
I cry from happy things too. Like it's not.
This is a predicament.
Yeah. I'm bipolar as fuck. Like chances are, if it's emotional in any way, I'm gonna cry.
It's good to cry though.
No, not like this. This is like the ugly cry where you're like snot's coming out of your nose and like.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It's good to get that stuff out.
Yeah, and then I wipe it on Joe's sleeve.
She does. This is true.
Look, I see some right there.
Yep.
Yeah,
This is true.
I got some on your Star Juice t-shirt.
Yeah.
Should have been the Shambles t-shirt.
Yeah, really. That's the snot rag.
Getting that one replaced. So. That was in like the first series of Things You Might Not Know videos. I wore that shirt. Like, I've worn that so many times to so many things. Just
Yeah.
I really appreciate like all of the representation. Like we really do. Like it's in like you wore it in the music video. Like it's.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, it's in some of your, like you said, the Things You Don't Know videos, or Things You Might Not Know videos, and I've seen you out with it in public and stuff. Like, I mean, that shirt is getting around more than it should. Let me tell you, Shambles, world's greatest band. Don't wear our shirt.
Karina cries because she's so pretty, says Laura,
Thank you, Laura.
who also tried to watch Pokemon a few years ago and says it was so slow to watch.
Didn't hold up.
Guess not.
Yeah,
I
it's-
remember watching Pokemon like when it was on, like
The TV show.
where I was too old to be watching Pokemon, and like Team Rocket,
Pokemon.
awesome.
Are you ever too old to watch something?
I was too old to watch Pokemon. It was unacceptable at the time.
I was like in my
I know that grown ass people play Pokemon now, but they didn't then.
Yeah, like the societal judgment of being
Yeah.
interested in something that is generally for children.
My little
Yeah.
cousins played Pokemon. They cared about Pokemon. I didn't. I was not supposed to care, but like they're so cute.
Yeah, they're awesome.
They're so cute.
I was like in my 20s watching like Nick Jr. living with my best friend. We're watching a show called Ubi, which is like hand puppets without the puppets.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, it's just like, you just, and they're more expressive than some actors with just their hands. And it's, like we're sitting there just watching this like, man, this is a really good show.
You know what's funny is you didn't do drugs like I
No,
did.
I didn't. Not like you did.
So Joe's just watching children's cartoons, being like, "Yeah, this is quality programming."
Yeah.
It was a good. But seriously, like they had more emotion in their hands than some actors do in their whole like bodies. Like man, this is actually a really entertaining show. Like how it's done. Like it was like a kid's show, and we're just sitting there watching it, just two adults. Like, hey, this is really good.
I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Nick Landers cries at movies. He says he cried at Rudy, and he cried at the Rocky series.
He just said Bobby's World doesn't hold up, and I want proof, Nick Landers.
You're gonna have to watch Bobby's World.
Oh
We're
my
gonna have to see
God,
if that's available
where
anywhere.
can I find Bobby's World?
Let's see if we
find this
can-
out right now.
Let's see if we can find out.
Yeah, I'm. I haven't watched Bobby's World since I was about 11, to be fair, but that one seems like a reach.
Bobby's World show.
Where can we watch it?
We can stream it on Prime Video.
That's
7
wonderful.
seasons.
7 seasons of Bobby's World.
You know what? You know what's great about Prime Video is if you are a Twitch streamer, you can actually watch the shows on Twitch. You can like pull them up on Amazon Prime and stream them on Twitch, so other people could watch you watching the shows or movies.
as much as I appreciate that technology allows you to do that, I really like. Do you guys want me to Twitch watching Up?
100%.
So that you can see me cry, or The Little Mermaid? Should we do that? should we visit the daddy issues with The Little Mermaid because that bitch chooses a boy over her dad?
This is the conversation you missed out on before the show.
Yes, this is what you missed.
It's like, it is a good point. It's like I was kind of pointing out earlier, like there's some like Andrea Dworkin stuff there where it's like it's pretty fucked up from the perspective that like cinema is saying the way that a woman needs to be happy is to give up her voice and her home to go follow someone else. Like that's kind of fucked up, Disney.
That's yeah.
All right. So the music industry around Buffalo, we lost another one this past week. I didn't know. Any of you guys know Garrison Greco? No, I didn't know him.
I do not know.
I didn't know him either. I think I was Facebook friends with him, but he passed away this past week, and he was part of a group called the Industry of Life Devine, and we're going to play a song from them now, just in honor of him. And this song's called Go, Go, Go on all WNY Think So Joe Show.
Trust no one and you hate everyone.
The road of enlightenment.
That's the Industry of Life Devine on all WNY Think So Joe Show. Yeah. Our condolences to them and their fans and friends and family and all that. We know what that's like.
Know what you're going through.
We just did that a month ago. We understand. Yeah. So our condolences to you guys. So anyway,
yeah.
I don't want that just sounds so insensitive, right? Anyway, but before you judge me on that, my friend walked into the memorial and I was like, dude, can you play bass for me on October 9th? Like, didn't even give him a chance to like walk in the door. I'm like, hey, I have a favor to ask you. So I'm bad at that, and I'm sorry. But anyway.
Yep. So today is International Chocolate Chip Cookie Day.
National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day.
Oh, just national.
National Chocolate Chip.
I guess we'll have to keep on.
Hence the thumbnail for this week's show being. Look at that. They got the Karina's cookies.
Heck yes.
All nice and packaged.
Heck yes.
I did a Karina's cookies inspired thumbnail this week, and it used the same font from your logo for the ThinkSoJoE show.
That font is, what was it called?
Lackawanna Weed NF is the name of that font.
Right? I could not use it.
Who's the calligrapher that is coming up with that font that is in this area?
You got to figure it's got to be someone in this area, right? Lackawanna and NF in the same thing, and it's Lackawanna Weed. Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's
awesome. Definitely
awesome.
somebody around here. If you made that font, thank you. We'll give you royalties, I guess.
Yeah, I'll give you cookies.
We'll give you some cookies or something. Anyway.
Oh, I'm making some I'm making some experimental cookies today. They don't have weed in them. But
she has to clarify this every time.
I had a recipe for peanut butter Rice Krispie cookies, and they were delightful. They were delightful. But I don't have Rice Krispies. I have Cocoa Krispies. Right? So, if you guys want to stick around.
That is like big brain move right there.
Right.
I'm thrilled with that.
Yeah.
Is that right up against your cup? Is that what's...
Probably.
That's what was making the noise. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah.
We put a fan up in here because it was getting a little sweaty in here.
Always get sweaty with Shambles.
We turned the AC on during the song break, but it was like, there's a fan in here. It's just pointing at our feet. So let's pick that up and put it up here. Anyway.
Yeah, like Joey said, it's always steamy with Shambles.
Of course.
Get steamy with us.
I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you guys. She took the night off to come see you guys.
I was like, I'm not working. You guys can suck it.
That's next Friday, August 13th.
Friday, August 13th, upstairs at Good Bar. Come watch Shambles, the world's greatest terrible band, kick 100,000 asses upstairs at Good Bar.
I hope you guys get a good sound guy.
I hope so too. But you know what? Worst comes to worst, just make it loud.
That's
Dude, that's our mission statement as a band. Like if we had like a shambles.com website, like that's what it would be. Like let's just make it loud so you don't have to deal with it. Come get drunk and yell with us.
Laura says, "Wait, Karina has a cup and a bottle of Pecsci?"
Oh, I also have a Monster and another Pepsi.
She's always got multiple drinks on this show. Nick Lander says Snickerdoodle oatmeal raisin on September 4th.
I got you.
Several question marks.
I got you.
September 4th, that's going to be a good night.
Yep.
Going to have some great bands for a great cause at a great venue.
Yeah. Great people.
Absolutely.
What's going on outside? What are we listening to?
I'm hearing something that sounds great.
Well, it's
I don't know.
jukebox,
the jukebox is probably going.
What have they got?
This is great radio for the people not watching.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's do something visually. Let's all lift up the left headphone at the same time, so anyone listening along doesn't get it.
We do still broadcast on all WNY and have a audio only podcast version of this show for those who don't want to sit and watch. I don't know. I mean, we're still doing okay on like Anchor. I don't know how much money we've made over the course of this show, but
keep paying people.
Well, this is based on listens. Let's see what we got. How much money do we have in our account here? $19.52. We've got 2,100 plays all time through Anchor.
Wow.
Anyway.
Wow. We can almost go to Arby's.
Almost.
We can almost go to Arby's.
That would have paid for our DoorDash order earlier.
Yeah, it would have. We had Mighty Taco.
Oh, Mighty. Mighty's like one of the last remaining affordable fast food establishments in the city of Buffalo.
Wow, that is so true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you're like just going in and grabbing the water. Like I like the Loganberry, but like if you just get the water, you can get 3 tacos. You're in and out for $6.50. You're good to go.
But how can you wash down 3 tacos with just water?
Can't.
No, you need a cherry Pepsi.
Cherry Pepsi.
Cherry Pepsi.
No ice.
Cherry Pepsi, no ice. No, give me Mountain Dew up to 3/4 full of the cup, Loganberry to top it off.
Oh.
Light
All
ice,
right, we
Mountain
don't
Berry.
mix.
Maybe
That's
a
my top.
splash of rum in there.
Nick Landers brings up me and Brian broadcasting from the front porch. It was me, Brian, and Dan Twist all doing the show from the front porch with the little asshole neighbor kids that used to live there, like hanging over their, like they're standing on the outside of the railing of the porch, like eavesdropping on the show. And the dad comes out, right? And the dad goes, hold on. Give me one sec. Where is it? Dad goes,
You guys stop swearing. I have children over here. Next time you swear, I'm gonna call a cop.
South Buffalo, baby!
it's like, dude, I learned half these words from your kids.
God, that is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
So it's a different set of kids then. There were kids playing out.
Yeah, no, those kids are
good kids.
those kids are good. Yeah, no, the kids that used to live next door here were just fucking awful.
Yeah.
I was gonna,
There's a turnover in the children in this area.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the kids playing out front seemed like they were having a great time. Actually, when I went to get Joey, he parked a long ways down the block, and it was kind of comical. Actually, it reminded me of like that scene in Monty Python where the guy is like running and he always stays further away. Because I'm looking at him walking down the sidewalk. And then I look back at my phone, and then I look up, and he's like high-fiving a kid. And then I look at my phone again, and then I look back up, and he's patting someone's dog. I look down again, and he's somehow further back. Like,
Dude, I was coming forward. Just at a slow pace.
I mean, maybe my depth perception's fucked up, but I mean, that was a leisurely stroll. Let me tell you.
I thought I was gonna have to break up a fight a couple of days ago between some neighbors. Like the one guy.
No children involved.
I guess like some guy just moved in next door upstairs and he like parked in the driveway. The other guy gets home. He's like, "Who the fuck is parked in my driveway?" And he gets out of the car and he's just parked in the middle of the fucking street. Gets out of his car. He calls his roommates. "Who the fuck is parked in the driveway?" "Oh, so I'm not supposed to park in the fucking driveway?" And like, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I'm like getting ready to like go jump in and like start swinging if I need to. You know what I mean? Because like I know the downstairs neighbors next door. I didn't even know they had somebody new move upstairs. So finally, like they're all like everybody's out on the porch, and this guy's just yelling at the guy, and the one girl's, "No, stop, listen," like trying to cool everything off. And dude pulls out of the driveway and drives away to go park. I'm like, "Is everything okay?" They're like, yeah. He's just hot-headed sometimes. Finally, like 10 minutes later, I don't know where this dude had to end up parking, but like 10 minutes later, he's walking by my house. I see him walk into the driveway. The other guy's out. He's like, "Man, listen, I'm so sorry. I just had a rough day at work." Like,
Oh man.
can't take it out on people like that, though, you know?
So, when that happens and there's an explanation for it, like, it's still shitty, but, like, at least I'm like, okay, I can understand where you're coming from. At least you can articulate that you had a rough day. But, like, that whole story, the only thing I could think is, like, why the fuck do people talk to each other this way? Like, isn't that the most unreasonable way to lead off to get the thing you want, which is to go home and eat your burger? Like, why do you lead? Why do you lead with, "Who the fuck is in my fucking truck?" It's like, hey, everybody's reaction is gonna be, "That guy's unreasonable. I'm going inside." Like, you're not gonna get anywhere. I don't get it.
I'm just like, I know a couple of the neighbors like downstairs next door. I met them. I was shooting a Things You Might Not Know video, and I needed there was a thing about patio furniture, and I couldn't find a good like free like stock image of patio furniture. So I went out, I took the chairs that you guys are sitting on, I set them all like right in a row and took a picture, and they're like, "Hey neighbor." I'm like, "Oh, hi." Just taking a picture of my patio furniture, don't mind me. But the dude that was yelling, I've met him a couple of times because he delivers for like the pizza place up the street. So like I've met him when he's come to my house with pizza, and he's like, "Oh, I live next door." Seems like an okay guy. So I was like ready to go jump in and start because I didn't know who the other dude was. I'm like, "Why is that guy in his driveway? Is something wrong? Is this dude not supposed to be here? Like, what's going on?"
Yeah, that's wacky, man.
Luckily, cooler heads prevailed because me in a fight is not good.
Duck and cover.
Yeah, dude. I do the ostrich. Just stick your head in the ground. Hope nobody hurts you.
The sand.
That's it exactly.
My sister describes me as a wildebeest when I'm in fights. But I don't think that,
You crush Mufasa?
Wildebeest, like, it sounds more badass than it is, because isn't a wildebeest kind of, like, related to deer?
Yeah, I think they're larger. They might be more like a yak.
Yeah, but that's not badass at all. Like,
Yeah, they are. Wildebeest are badass.
but like if you think of the word wildebeest, you think of something like,
Right.
but it's not.
And it's like you're just some.
Yeah, they are.
You're just some shaggy, even-toed
Yeah.
ungulate. Like.
Yeah, like I don't know, but either way, apparently that's what I turn into when I fight. Right, Mom? Mom.
Is your mom still here?
Mom, Mom?
I've been
I'm a wildebeest.
I've been swearing like a goddamn asshole on this podcast the entire time, and Karina's mom is on here.
Oh no, it's
Oh
fine.
no, where do you think I learned it all?
It's fine. My mom watches sometimes too. They understand. They know what this show's about. They've heard probably much worse.
Sometimes when my mouth gets going, my mom tells me that I sound like a fishwife. I don't know what that means.
I was gonna say I need some clarification.
Yeah, right.
Because that's a great term that I
Isn't
have
it?
never heard.
Yeah, she never really could explain herself what it meant, but it sounded good at the time.
A fishwife?
Fishwife.
Fishwife.
Let's look
I
this
mean,
up. Urban
Yeah,
Dictionary.
we have the entirety of the world's information at our fingertips.
Definition of fishwife by Merriam-Webster: a woman who sells fish. A vulgar, abusive woman.
Somehow I need to think 1 and 2 are related. Like a woman who sells fish and by implication is vulgar and offensive.
You buy this fucking fish.
What a terrible way to describe the working class people of ocean bordered cities. It's like,
Yeah.
oh wow.
Well, that answers it for Jasmine if she were listening too, because
She was wondering the same thing.
We've
Okay.
definitely talked about the fishwife incident.
All right. I don't think Jasmine's listening. She hasn't chimed in on the
Yeah.
chat.
She might be in Idaho.
Yeah, she's too busy dating a potato. Anyway.
I'm gonna hang on to fishwife though. Like next time I get in some like menial argument about like I didn't do the dishes or something, I'm just gonna call Natalie the fishwife.
I would not recommend that.
I hope you're not listening, babe. I will never call you that. Jesus Christ.
I mean, I've definitely called Andrea fishwife, as I have gone fishing with Andrea before.
That's a good point.
Andrea is the fishwife.
You're an outdoorsman. All you do is fish.
That's it.
Shambles and fishing.
Fishing.
And Richie Rich.
Yep.
Not so
all
much
hand in
Richie
hand.
Rich anymore, though.
No.
We've established he doesn't find it as good as it once was to him. So
I'm gonna trust you on that because, man, not to go back into movies because this was another fun direction, but like you guys had me watch Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
It's a great flick.
No, Honey, I Shrunk the
Yeah.
Kids is a great concept, but 95% of that movie is them walking through the fucking yard.
he's not wrong.
Yeah, but it's Rick Moranis.
I mean, yeah, give me Rick Moranis and Spaceballs, Ghostbusters, like anything else he touches. Rick Moranis is like the smallest percentage of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Had you
The
not
rest of it is
you
grass.
had not seen Honey I Shrunk the Kids until recently, so like
There it is again.
that-
I saw it when I was a kid, and I thought it was great because it was moving colors on a screen,
sure.
and then I saw it as an adult, and I was like, this is, like, I don't want to reuse words, but a fucking abomination. It was just miserable.
I gotta agree with Mr. Nick Landers in the chat, who says Who Framed Roger Rabbit is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, have you guys seen that one recently?
Dude, I watched that with my brother, Turkey Blaster Omega's drummer, about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. That flick holds up so goddamn well.
I watch it regularly.
Yeah.
It's just awesome, man. What an awesome piece of like filmmaking in general, but like animation,
Yeah.
the way everything actually fits and how it still has that feel of watching an old like Looney Tunes cartoon. It's just a great fucking movie.
What's it on?
I don't know. I own like 2 copies of it, so
Yeah.
let's find out if it's available for streaming somewhere.
And it better be. I'm gonna go back and watch that tonight.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit? No, I got too far ahead there. Okay, there we go. It is on Disney Plus.
Great. Yeah, I'll be checking that out.
So there you go. You can watch it on Disney Plus. I own it on I own a digital copy and a either DVD or Bluray. I forget
it's
which.
DVD.
I think it's a DVD. I think it's a Blu-ray, but it's in like the DVD style case.
Oh.
But yeah, that's one of a few movies I own many copies of. So
It's a great flick.
if I like a movie, I own more than one copy of it. If I don't like a movie,
Yeah.
I own like, I want to say like, I own 3 different copies of the Simpsons movie.
Yeah.
And it was still the first thing I watched on Disney Plus when I got it.
Well, you got to check the streaming quality.
Of course.
Right.
I'm a fan of the Simpsons movie. I remember seeing that in
since it
theaters.
came
I
out
saw
in
it in
theaters.
theaters too.
It's a
I
good
saw it.
flick,
I
man.
saw the day it came out in theaters. The day it came out on DVD, I bought a copy, but then I realized I bought a full screen copy. So it had like the you know it was the, and then I was like, shit, I need a widescreen copy. So I found a widescreen copy, and then I'm watching it, and I didn't realize like the start of the movie still has the bars around it. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? They didn't do this right. And so I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and watch this with the black bars all around it. And then I went and bought a Blu-ray copy. And then I realized, like, oh, that's just how the movie is. It expands after the itchy and scratchy scene. Oh, Nick Lander says, Muppet Christmas Carol he owns on VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, and you bet your ass he'll buy it on 4K someday.
I do not blame you. That is a great movie. It's definitely my favorite Christmas Carol.
It's on Disney Plus.
Yay.
We watched it.
Yes.
We usually watch it at your mom's house for Christmas.
Yeah, but Christmas was weird this year.
Yeah, everything was weird.
Everything was.
We didn't go to Thanksgiving. We didn't go to Christmas.
Yeah, it was weird fucking year. That's why I'm happy that shit is back.
Yeah.
Like, we can see each other and go see music,
For now.
and high five and shit. For now, that's correct.
Yeah.
See you at the Sabres home opener against Montreal. Let's do that.
Go watch them lose.
Let's do that. We were at the last one before everything shut down. Let's go to the first one back. Let's do it.
That was like the last thing I did in public was I went with you to see the Sabres beat the Capitals in a shootout.
I went to the Sabres game, and then like a couple of days later, I went to like WWE SmackDown, and then like everything shut down right after that.
I remember that.
Actually, the last thing I did before the pandemic was played a show with Head PE.
Yes.
Better than me, man. Like I went to that Sabres game, then I think I went home, and then I think I ordered Indian food, and then I played Animal Crossing until now.
When everything shut,
not much different.
when everything shut down, like I got Animal Crossing back in October. I finally caught all the bugs and all the sea creatures. I just need to catch 2 more fish, which are available in September.
Oh, dude, you steamrolled
close.
this shit. Yeah.
I'm this close. Anyway. We got 2.5 minutes before we got to get to the last song. So,
Well, what do you guys want to say about your show coming up?
I want to say that Shambles is the greatest band that the world has ever seen. You should come watch us absolutely blast your faces off with punk rock and roll. Toy Box Brigade is going to melt your skull. Turkey Blaster Omega, I mean, every person, regardless of gender, will be pregnant. And we're just going to go as hard as we possibly can. I cannot wait to play. If you come out, I guarantee you're going to have a good time. And we're going to go back to making fun of ourselves on stage, but like legitimately, you guys are going to have a lot of fucking fun. We've been working on this one. Please come see us. It's next Friday. It's August 13th. It's upstairs at Good Bar. We got killer bands. We got a killer lineup, and we're just going to rock your fucking faces off. Thank you.
Awesome. Joey, you got anything to add to that? Because we have 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
I really thought you were going to come up to the microphone and burp.
No, I would, no.
I was hoping you went, fuck Shambles. World's worst band.
Well, thank you guys for taking a couple hours out of your busy schedules and hanging out with us.
Are you kidding? This was a blast.
We had a great time. Thank you guys so much for having us on.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody for picking on us in the comments. This was awesome.
Home Alone 5. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5.
he's gonna go home and watch it, and he's gonna report back to me and tell me if it's worth me watching.
100%.
We're just gonna make it the cover of our next album. It's just gonna be the,
Makes
the
sense
Home
to me.
Alone 5
Or we'll
cover.
just be Home Alone 6.
This Friday at Mr. Goodbar upstairs, come to see the band that I always tell everybody is my favorite band in Buffalo, Shambles, with Turkey Blaster Omega and Toy Box Brigade, who are also 2 very fantastic bands.
Yes.
I love the Toy Box Brigade. I've seen Turkey Blaster Omega once, loved them.
I haven't
Can't wait to see them
I'm
again.
so excited.
It's gonna be so that's gonna be an excellent show. And if the sound sucks, I'll beat up the sound guy for you.
Appreciate
Because
that.
Joe in a fight seems like a great idea.
Doesn't it? After everything we talked about today on the show,
right?
Oh, he's a sound guy. He's just sliding them knobs. You can take it.
he's barely doing that. If you ask BD2, he's eating a sandwich over the board.
Oh my goodness.
I believe it was a chicken sandwich.
Do you think it's the same sound guy?
I don't know.
What
Could
if
be.
it is?
I don't
What
know.
if it is? We should bring a chicken sandwich.
That room's not great for sound. But anyway, this is Sara Elizabeth, and this song's called Rational Anthem on all WNY Think So Joe show. And we'll see you next week. Hey, Google, turn Studio AC on.
I pledge allegiance to humankind, to the broken hearts that move this world, to the brave that kneel for which they stand. One people, kindness unfurled. We are divisible, with privilege and justice for some. I pledge allegiance to great minds, to poets and thinkers and dreamers alike, to the hands that reach out beyond their sight. One